Welcome back. I'm Felix, and I got some Reddit stuff for you here. You guys probably know who they are. They're Internet City, and they're going to do some Reddit stuff. They did some Reddit stuff before. I didn't react to it, but I thought I'd react to this one. This one's like an hour long. Where is it? Oh, 52 minutes and change. But I'll probably just do one and see how that goes. If it goes well, then I'll do the rest. I'll just break it up so I can make multiple videos. But yeah. Oh, and as for me, in case you wonder where I was, I had been away. I had two medical emergencies, one for family, one for me. Everyone's doing better. Nothing serious. But for me, I got violently ill. I don't know if you've ever rapid fired throwing up. It is not fun. I've never done it in my life. And the first time it happened to me, took me out, man. It was just like, I couldn't breathe. And then it happened like a week later, and I did it again. And I don't know what was going on, but I feel different. After the first time, my taste buds have changed, and things don't taste the same anymore. So I don't know if I was going through a metamorphosis. I also noticed my face looks older, if that makes any sense. Like, I knew I was old, but I was looking at my face one day, it's like, I look older. It's like, I don't know if I went through a metamorphosis. That's how you know you're older. Your body just goes through a shift. But yeah, it was horrible. It wasn't the parasite, or it happened around the same time, but it wasn't the parasite because there's nothing about what I went through being described for the parasite. So shit. I don't know if you can see it, but I got also dark rings under my eye that have not gone away. It seems like they've gotten worse. But anyways, that's what was going on with me. All right, but let's get into it. Let's watch this Internet City do some Reddit readings. Let's see what's going on.
Asshole for wanting to leave Internet City, replace Aaron with narrator.
No, I vote for this because I can go backpacking through a country and disappear.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, what to do, baby? Today we'll be reading Reddit stories, aka reading Am I the Asshole, with a special guest, narrator.
Hello. I'm the guy for stories.
Yeah. Oh, we might even let him read one. Hold on, because I haven't read none of these stories. I just picked them based on.
I don't know why, but his reaction to when he said, I'm the guy for stories, his reaction to that was like, I don't know about that. That's what his reaction felt like.
The
categories,
the titles,
okay. So what do we have to pick from?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen. Where the hell is share screen?
It's a bad time to tell you I'm dyslexic as hell.
Yeah. So I'm going to let the guys pick from one of these general categories.
Oh, okay.
And we'll go ahead and read that story. So what do you guys want to start with?
Petty autism, gym hypothetical, travel dog, language wedding cake.
I think it's weird the way he's got these sectioned out. Like, how did you come up with these names? He said he didn't read them, so I'm going to assume he's based it on the title. So, yeah. I would just think, if it was me, I'd just go down the list. But that's just me. I'm not very exciting. All right, let's get back to it.
Hey, Jordan.
Autism. We're starting with autism. Okay, all right,
what we got?
First story. Am I the a-hole for walking out of our friend's autistic brother's 45-minute presentation about FNAF lore at a house party?
45-minute presentation? No, it's supposed to be a house party? I would have just stood up and walked out. It was like, since this will be, if I saw they said it's a 45-minute presentation at a house party, I'd be like, no, I'm leaving. I'd be like, peace out, later. Talking about bringing a room down, jeez.
No, you're not. No, you're fucking not. 45 goddamn minutes to learn that a fucking bear in the night goes,
No, wait. Okay, so look. I need more details. It doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like it, but I need more details. So,
only way I can see you being the a-hole if you agreed to it. If you agreed to sit there and listen and you got up and walked out, then yeah, you're the a-hole. But it says house party. why would you do that at a house party?
Me and my girlfriend recently attended a friend's 30th birthday party. He had his 23-year-old mildly autistic brother there.
Mildly.
Mildly. That's key right there.
Okay.
All right, that's 1.5.
Before the party, we were all in a group chat where his brother overtook the entire thing. We were frequently having our phones blown up and coming back to 200 plus messages, which made us lose information about the event every time.
I went. I'm like, I gotta cancel. I'm not coming to this. I'm out. Peace out. I would have canceled. I wouldn't have went. Oh my God.
Anything was put in there. He was also messaging it way into the night to the point we both just had to mute the chat indefinitely. Ball now. Get a hold on your mildly autistic.
The brother's at fault. I'm gonna put that out there right now. The brother is at fault for not getting control of his brother. You let your brother run roughshod. I guarantee you, this autistic brother who's 23 grew up in a family that just let him do whatever. They didn't try. As a result, this is how he is now. They didn't put down boundaries. They didn't teach him, cues. They didn't teach him anything other than just do what you want. I guarantee you that's the type of environment he grew up in. That's why the brother's not doing anything.
Call this mildly?
Okay, this
200 messages to a group chat that ain't yours?
This seems like a lot.
Seems like a lot. We got to the party. The host and his girlfriend opened the door for us, and as I was saying hello and giving a hug to my other friend, he completely bulldozed me out of the way and ran up to my girlfriend and shouted a joke in her face and ran off immediately afterwards. Keep in mind, he's never met either of us before. Oh my
Hell
God.
no. I don't. He'd be like, hey,
At this
I don't fucking know you.
At this point, it doesn't sound like the asshole. This sounds like it's someone.
This ain't mild, okay?
Yeah, and also it's like sometimes you got to remember other people's conditions isn't necessarily your responsibility.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to remove yourself from the situation. Okay,
He was also ridiculous.
Well, oh man, that came out of nowhere. I was going to say, once again, the brother didn't do anything. He just let him do whatever. He should have done something. I don't know if there's much he can do now that he's 23 to help teach him that, hey, this isn't right. But yeah, I guarantee you that's the type of family he grew up in. They just let him do whatever. They didn't know what to do.
Drunk by the time we got there.
Yep, definitely.
Whoa, wait,
Wait,
hold on, wait a minute. The people that showed up were drunk, or the autistic people were drunk?
The autistic brother.
Yeah, autistic brother.
I can't
The
handle it.
event started at 4 and we just got there. We got there just before 7 and he was genuinely so drunk he could barely stand. Everyone was trying to get him to drink. Following this, we all went to sit outside in the garden where he then got quite upset that I had sat in his chair, but he didn't say anything to me or anyone else about it. He sat next to my girlfriend and kept muttering things about me under his breath and barging her chair with his legs, so she kept having to move up. Eventually, we got up and he immediately ran to get this.
Yeah, I wouldn't have went. After the text message incident, I would be like, I'm not making it. I'm sorry. We can do something later for your birthday. I won't be making it to this party. I'll send you a gift, something in the mail, or when I see you next, I'll give you your gifts. I would not have gone to this party. Then let's say I did go to a party, and all this is going on right now, right at the beginning. We're gone. I'm like, hey, let's go. We're gone, because I may end up punching the autistic brother. Just because they're autistic doesn't mean they should be allowed to do whatever they want. The other brother who invited his autistic brother should have been responsible for him. Should have been keeping an eye on him. You want him there? It's your job to keep an eye on him. So, because I would be mad at him and be like, hey, your brother is out of control. You need to wrangle him in.
And then went around to everybody else that was sat down and was going on about this chair to the point where he was near meltdown. At the same time, he also turned off music of a playlist we had all added to because he felt overstimulated.
Yeah,
Damn, I didn't know he was playing professional fucking duck goose with this chair.
This sounds like an insufferable person to be around.
Unfortunately, you're not the ass. I don't even think we need to hear the rest of it. I mean, you can spit fire, but it doesn't.
I'm gonna go to the presentation part.
Okay,
go
part
ahead.
Of the party was that we all made slideshows, joke presentations, running for about 2 to 3 minutes for our friend's birthday. Okay, so it was a part of the party.
Okay.
When it got time for the brother's presentation, he made us all sit in silence whilst he went and did a costume change. Wait, they had to wait. Time the fuck out. Well, okay.
Hold on. Did he say costume?
Came down change. Wait, they had to sit in silence whilst he went and did a costume change. Wait, they had to wait. Time the fuck out. Well, okay.
It been one thing if it was funny, but it does, just from the title, it doesn't sound like it was funny. Like if he came out in a costume just like Bugs Bunny, because that's his brother's favorite character, and just talked about Bugs Bunny or something, how he's related to Bugs Bunny. You know what I mean? Something funny. Well, it doesn't sound like it was funny, but it was only supposed to be 2 to 3 minutes, not 45 minutes. Yeah, brother went overboard, and the other brother didn't do anything about it.
Came downstairs in a Freddy Fazbear costume with a printed 30-page double-sided document of the contents of his presentation, then proceeded to do a 45-minute presentation about the full lore of FNAF. About 10 minutes in, me and my girlfriend politely shuffled out to go grab.
I would have made it 10 minutes. I would have got, we would have hit that 3-minute mark, but okay, time. It's only supposed to be 2 to 3 minutes. All right, your time's up.
The drink at the shop across the road, and he accosted us as we were leaving when we then did not come back in. The host's girlfriend even came out and was sat with us in the living room, was like, yeah, I get it. We also weren't the only ones to leave. We want to say a good half of the people walked out. Yeah. Any emotion this party had was immediately killed, and people started leaving straight after this. The whole time, everything anyone did had to revolve around him and making sure he was comfortable, but this in turn made everyone else feel uncomfortable. We didn't have a great time and didn't appreciate being shouted at by the brother whilst we walked out to get a drink. Are we the assholes?
You're not.
No, you are not. That was already determined at the beginning, and you 100% are not. I was going to say, I probably would have stopped it. Later, I would tell the host, the one of his birthday, it's like, I understand it was your birthday, but you needed to have more control over your brother. This was out of hand. It's like, this was way out of hand.
You are definitely not the asshole. Here's the thing, right? I hate it. How do I say this delicately? And that's a strong word to use in this situation. I hate it when people know what they have and they treat it like it's a superpower. Like they can be like, they can do whatever the fuck they want and then go, oh, I have autism.
Yo, use it as an excuse. Yeah.
This feels like somebody that's either just mildly autistic and overusing the claim. Yeah. Or this is somebody that's way past mildly. And they have no like social stability on, like the family seems like they just like enabling the behavior.
Every fucking whim. I'm
not gonna lie, you're not the asshole.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. The family enabled this behavior. And so he has no concept of boundaries because the family enabled this. I'll guarantee you 100% the family enabled his behavior. Because if they didn't, the brother would have stepped in and done something. Or the autistic brother would not have done this because he would have known. He would have probably been like, hey, brother, can I do this? He would have checked, but no, they just let him do whatever he wants.
Oh, also, I hate to say this. No, I don't. Other people's conditioning, like other people's lives and what they go through is not your responsibility. So with him being autistic, you can do your best to cater to the situation, be understanding. But at some point in time, that's not your family member. You aren't being disrespectful. You don't have to make yourself suffer for another person.
Why are we letting your brother blow up a group chat with your homies with 200 plus messages a day?
And you also have to be accountable for that. Yeah. You have to like, hey, I know, be inclusive, but talk to him. Hey,
that's what I was saying. The brother that threw the party is at fault. I would call him out on it. To be honest with you, next time I saw him, or if he reached out to me and said, hey, what's wrong? Why didn't you guys leave? I'd be like, are you joking? I would tell him right then and there. I wouldn't hesitate. It's like, the 45-minute presentation is why I left. Like, you let your brother do whatever you want, and we all paid the price.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, maybe don't send like 200 to 300 plus messages to the group chat.
Yeah, and I understand
everybody's phone.
I understand some people with autism they have no control,
no social awareness or whatever.
Yeah, over their inklings and things like that.
Yeah,
which is fine. However, just as that's fine, some people should also be allowed to be like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this.
He should have learned like some boundaries as he was coming up to be able to not.
Yeah. I feel like some.
The extreme ones cannot, but he is able to drink and move around and interact. I believe he could have if the family had taken the time to teach them to him. His family did not teach him boundaries. This is 100% that family's fault that he is this way. I guarantee it. I guarantee you he is one of the few, or not one of the few, but one of the ones that could have learned boundaries if he was taught boundaries, and they didn't teach him boundaries.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It should be, what I'm trying to say is, the family, aka the brother, should have enough of there should have been enough of at least attempting to teach growing up to where he could have been like, hey man, you don't gotta yell at them when you just do your presentation. Yeah. You don't gotta it's like the brother was just letting all of this happen.
Another thing you have to understand in autism, sometimes there is no control.
I understand that. It's like not control, but like there's a difference between trying to control, which is wrong in most cases, and just letting this nigga run amok. Yeah. You let him get ridiculously drunk. You let him text 200 messages a night. You let him yell at people just for leaving. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a difference between letting him run amok.
Like, if he...
Well, the control part, I disagree with what he said about, not taking control. Yeah, you need to take control. No one took control of this kid growing up. They just let him run amok. So that was the right thing really to say, but he changed it. I think he changed it for, he was thinking too hard about it. But no, control is the right way he should have went with this. The brother needed to take control of the situation. He did not. The family should have took control of him growing up, and they did not. As a result, he has no sense of boundaries. So I guarantee you this family let him run amok. I guarantee it. Now I'm beating a dead horse, but I'm just going to keep beating it.
That was my whole thing with this, where it's like, if you you have autism. You do. You've grown up to the point where you can legally drink alcohol.
Yeah. He can't be
You should at least know a little bit about your own tisms. But instead, you get plastered and then get mad when other people don't want to deal with that? No, they're not the asshole.
Yeah, they're not the asshole, especially dealing with people who, it's like, because I understand dealing with people like this, it's like they're not at fault sometimes for the way they act.
Yeah.
But you're also not at fault for not wanting to deal with that.
Yeah.
And I think that's the argument. You're not the asshole for not wanting to deal with that, not wanting to put up, not wanting to be berated, not wanting to...
100% not the a-hole. Like I said, I probably wouldn't have went in the first place. My girlfriend nagged me about, look, I'm going to warn you ahead of time. You're not going to have fun. You can go. I don't care. But I'm not going because I know how this is going to end. And if she came home bitching and moaning about it, I'd be like, I told you so. And if she got mad about it, I wouldn't care actually. I'd be like, I told you how this was going to end. That brother, they don't take control of that brother. They let him do whatever he wants. That's why I didn't want to go. I would, no, part before she went, I would explain to her, that's why I'm not going, because I'm telling you, something bad's going to, not necessarily like bad as anyone's going to get hurt, but it's going to be bad to the point where it's going to kill the party. I would warn her and keep warning her. If she still went and came home and complained about it, actually, before she even went, I'd be like, don't come home complaining about it. That'd be my thing. Do not come home complaining about it. But yeah, I went and went. I just went and went. After the text message stuff, went and went.
I came here for my friend's birthday party. I didn't come here for all this extra stuff. I know that's your family member, but this isn't my responsibility. I'm leaving. Hey, I hope you had a good birthday. And that's okay.
Also, there's also, now that I think about it, it's no excuses. Because I got family members with Down syndrome. I've been around other people who have family members with Down syndrome. And yes, while it's like 5, 6-year-old, 4-year-old, whatever. That or person with Down syndrome or person with autism. yes, they can't control a lot of the things they do, but when they do something, the family members, mothers, brothers, sisters, still be like, hey, you shouldn't do that. However that is delivered, they still are like, hey, you should do it.
They educate them. They educate them on what they did wrong. They educate them how they should have. You talk to them. You may have to talk to them a little slowly or find a way for them to understand it. I have a nephew on my wife's side who's like that, and unfortunately, he was not in the right environment, or is not in the right environment. He hasn't passed away. It sounds like I'm talking past tense. And now he's an adult, and they can't control him. And it's like, I wish I had the room and the money. I would have took him in, and I think we would have done fine raising him. He's actually, he listens. I barely see him, but when I show up, he listens to me. And I don't 100% took credit for making him walk. Like when it came to steps, they would let him crawl up and down the steps. I said no. So we were walking. At the time, my daughter's 2 weeks younger than him, and she's walking up and down steps just fine. I made him stand. I said, no, stand up. He was walking with me, and he stood up and walked up and down the steps. So it's like, you can't do this. You know, I told him, you were walking up, and he started walking up and down steps. It was that simple. I just told him no and made him stand up, and he did it. The problem is now he's actually stronger, and my mother-in-law can't really handle him. Again, I wish I had the money. I'd take him in. But the point is, if you give them structure, if you give them guidance, they can learn. If it was beyond the point of learning, I would recommend, putting them in a home or something like that. But it sounds like this brother can interact. I don't know about self-awareness, because even those who can interact sometimes aren't as self-aware as you would hope they would be. But in the end, once again, it is the family's fault. They let him run around, do whatever he wants.
It sounds like this brother was just like, that's just him. You know, he got all through the deal.
That in turn does fall on the family, and then again, that doesn't make you the asshole. And some people with autism are extremely aware of themselves, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a give and take. I can't necessarily fault him for being that way, but I also don't blame you for being like, I don't want to deal with this. It's not your fault. It's not your.
Okay, I'm actually going to end it there. I'm assuming they're going to go to the next one, but yeah. You don't have to deal with other people's problems. You can walk away. Now, unless you're married or it's your kids, that's different. That's a whole different thing. But if you're going over to someone's house, and just let's say it's a kid, you go over to someone else's house, and their kid is acting up to the point where things are getting broken and destroyed, I'm out. Like, I don't want no part of this. So, yeah. Like Aaron said, other people's problems are not your problem. I don't think he said it quite like that, but yeah, other people's problem are not your problem. So, not the a-hole. This was a good one, so I probably will watch the rest of them. I don't know how many they did, because it's not broken up to where I can see how many they did. But I'll probably get maybe... I wonder how many they did. Can't really tell. Yeah, they're not broken up. Let's see. Pull up for precise seeking. Oh, let me see. Oh. I don't. Well, anyways. I'll watch some more. See. Or. My brain just stopped. Anyways. I'll probably watch some more. Make some more videos out of it. But anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, and everyone take care. Later.